What if I told you that confidence has very little to do with being perfect and almost everything to do with being prepared and practiced? Hey, beautiful friend, welcome back. If you're new here, I help women in midlife reconnect with their bodies, reset their mindset, and step into this next season with clarity, confidence, and self respect. Today, I'm unpacking some truths about confidence because if you've ever caught yourself overthinking everything or wondering why confidence seems to come so easy for other people, especially in midlife, when you feel like you should have figured this out by now, then this video is for you. The truth is, most of us have confidence completely backwards. When I was younger, I believed confidence came from being naturally smart, gifted, or talented. I thought certain people just had it. And if you didn't, well, you just didn't. Looking back now, I realize I had a very fixed mindset about confidence. But my mindset began to shift when I began my personal development journey. That's when I realized something powerful. Confidence is not a personality trait, it's a skill. And like any skill, it can be developed, it can be strengthened, and it can absolutely grow over time. So today, I want to share a few powerful truths about confidence that completely changed how I see it. And I'm sharing these not as someone who has mastered confidence, but as someone who's still actively working on it. And as I have said it before, personal growth isn't about arriving somewhere perfect. It's about gaining awareness and continuing to evolve. So let's talk about what really builds confidence. The first thing is that confidence comes from action, not just affirmation. For years, I believed confidence meant believing in myself first, that I just had to write and recite affirmations, repeating I am enough in the mirror, and throughout the day, trying to convince myself to feel confident. And let me say this, affirmations can absolutely be helpful. They can shift our mindset and remind us of our worth. And I love them and I use them all the time. But what I have learned over time is this, real confidence grows from action, not just positive thinking. I can think all day, every day, that I'm a great public speaker. But it's not until I start putting the reps that I will actually become and feel confident about it. Every time you take a step forward, even a small one, your brain releases dopamine, a chemical connected to motivation and reward. That dopamine reinforces a simple but powerful message to your mind like, wow, you did that. I can do challenging things. That's why you often feel such a sense of relief, even pride, after finally doing something you've been avoiding. Your nervous system is literally updating your sense of what you're capable of. Psychologists call this self efficacy, the belief that you can handle challenges and accomplish things. And research shows that self efficacy grows each time you take action, complete a task, move through discomfort, or try something new. In other words, confidence doesn't come from waiting until you feel ready. Confidence grows because you take the step anyway. And this is especially powerful in midlife because by now we've already done many hard things. Sometimes we just need to remind our brain of that by taking the next small step. Number two, stop people pleasing and start honoring yourself. Let's be honest for a moment. When we feel insecure and doubtful, it's very easy to slip into people pleasing. We try to make everyone else comfortable, everyone else happy, everyone else proud, and somewhere along the way, we end up leaving ourselves out of the equation. Many of us were raised to be agreeable, to keep the peace, to not rock the boat, and definitely not shine too brightly or be too much. So we learn to shrink a little. But here's where the real transformation begins. true confidence is not about everyone agreeing with you. It's about being willing to stand in your truth even when they don't. The moment that you stop making decisions from fear and you start making them from a place of honesty and alignment, you begin to trust yourself again. And that self trust is one of the strongest foundations of real confidence. Number three, rewrite the voice in your mind. This is a big one. Your inner voice can become one of two things in your life: your biggest critic or your biggest encourager. And if we're honest, many of us have spent years listening to the critical one. I know I have. Every time I tried to start something new, my mind would whisper things like, you can't do that. You don't have the skills for that. You don't know enough. There are people out there who are way more qualified than you are and know more than you do. And if you hear that voice too, I want you to know something important. That voice doesn't mean something is wrong with you. What I have learned is that there's actually a biological reason for it. Our brains are designed primarily for survival, not confidence. The brain constantly scans for potential risk or threats, even social ones like rejection, embarrassment, or failure. And learning to gently challenge that inner voice has been one of the biggest shifts that has helped me build my confidence, because the way we speak to ourselves quietly shapes the way that we show up in the world. Number four, allow yourself to be enough. For a long time, I believed confidence meant becoming more polished, more impressive, more like the woman who have it all together. So I spent years trying to mimic other women that I admired, the ones who looked confident, spoke confidently, dressed confidently. I thought if I could just figure out what they were doing, I could become confident too. But eventually, I realized that confidence does not come from becoming more like someone else. It comes from becoming more fully yourself and trusting you. Because when we're constantly trying to fit into someone else's version of success, something inside of us feels off. Our body senses that disconnect. We feel it as tension, comparison, or that quiet sense that we are somehow still not enough. And your nervous system knows when you're trying to be someone you're not. And that misalignment slowly drains your confidence. But when you focus on being you and start showing up as your real self and showing up authentically, things begin to shift, because real confidence isn't about proving yourself. It's about allowing yourself to be enough exactly as you are. Number five, surround yourself with or look up to people who embody the confidence you want to build. One of the most powerful things that you can do when building confidence is this: spend time around or learn from people who embody that confident identity that you are growing into. And this doesn't always mean someone that you know personally. Sometimes it's a mentor, sometimes it's a teacher, sometimes it's someone you follow, read about, or simply admire. What matters is that they represent a version of confidence that resonates with you. Because when we see someone living with a certain level of confidence, courage, or authenticity, our brain begins to understand that way of being is possible. This is something I intentionally practice in my own life. When I see someone who carries themselves with the kind of confidence or calm, strength that I admire, I pay attention. And most of the time, these are amazing women that I listen to on YouTube or social media, not to compare myself, but to learn and to be inspired. Because surrounding yourself with that kind of energy, even from a distance, can begin to shape the way that you see yourself. And over time, your identity starts to feel more and more natural for you too. Number six, stop asking for permission. For years, I quietly chipped away at my own confidence by constantly asking for approval. What should I wear? Does this look okay? Should I post this? Because deep down, I didn't fully trust my own judgment. I waited for someone else to validate my choices before I took action. But here's what I eventually realized: you will never find confidence in someone else's hands. Your sense of worth and direction has to come from within, from that dream, idea that God has placed in your heart. And it wasn't until I stopped looking for permission and started trusting my own decisions that my confidence started to grow. Number 7, practice being seen, even when it's uncomfortable. Confidence isn't built in private, it's built in public. That's one of the reasons I committed to creating this channel, to regularly put myself out there, to share my message, even when I felt uncomfortable. Because here's what happens: each time you face something that scares you, your brain learns that that situation isn't actually dangerous. The amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for fear and anxiety, gradually becomes less reactive through repeated exposure. The more you show up, the less scary it feels. And every time you move through that discomfort, your confidence grows. Not because the fear disappears, but because you realize you can handle it. Number 8, make compliments a bonus, not a need. I used to depend on compliment or validation, but that kind of validation dependency is a trap. It puts your confidence in someone else's hands. Your emotional weather starts depending on other people's forecasts. So I started doing something different. I became my own encouragement, saying things like, "You look great today. You handle that well. You are strong. You are doing great things. You did that." Now, when someone gives me a compliment, it's wonderful, but it's extra, not essential in my life. Number 9, move your body like you love it. Movement is a powerful confidence builder. When we feel insecure, our bodies show it. Our shoulders slouch, voice gets smaller, and our breathing becomes shallow. But when you stand tall, walk with intention, stretch, dance, or move freely, your body sends a different message to your brain. We are safe. We are strong. This idea is supported by research on embodied cognition, the concept that your physical posture can influence your emotional state. In fact, research from Harvard University, including work by social psychologist Amy Cuddy, found that adopting confident body language, standing tall, taking up space, can actually increase feelings of confidence and reduce stress. Your body can literally help train your brain to feel more powerful. That's why even simple daily movement matters. A walk, a stretch, a little dance in the morning. Each small act helps build confidence from the inside out. And number 10, clean up your circle. Your circle is often a mirror. If you're surrounded by people who play small, gossip, or stay stuck, it can quietly shrink your own confidence. But when you spend time around people who are growing, learning, and evolving, cheering each other on, your mindset expands, your self worth expands, and your confidence begins to expand as well. The truth is, not everyone will grow with you. Sometimes your light makes others uncomfortable. That's why it's important to protect your energy and be intentional about the circle that you keep. So, if there's one thing I hope you take from this today, it's this: confidence isn't about being perfect, it's something that grows through practice, through the small choices that you make every day. Little by little, those small shifts begin to change how you see yourself. And the beautiful truth is this: Confidence isn't something that you're born with. It's something that we can build. And no matter the age, it's never too late to strengthen that confidence within yourself. You're not too old. You're not behind. You're not too late. There's still so much space for you to grow, evolve, and step into the most confident version of yourself. Before you leave, I want to leave you with one more thing. Confidence isn't something that you wait to feel. It's something that you build by showing up. So this week, ask yourself, where can I show up with just 1%, 5% more courage? Tell me in the comments. I would truly love to hear. And if this message encouraged you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with another woman who needs the reminder that her confidence and her next chapter are still unfolding. And if you haven't watched this video, make sure to watch it next, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye, friend.